Welcome back to the Broke Diaspora, and it's another beautiful day here in Ghana. This is Project Denchira, and we are on day two of foundation digging on our third and final structure. So, thank you for joining us this beautiful morning here at Project Denchira. If you're new to the channel, you are going to love it here, so remember to subscribe. So the third structure is where we have two stores at the bottom level and a studio apartment on the top level. So thanks for joining us today. It is a beautiful morning here at Denchira. And we have our first employee that spends the night on site. And usually we do that, especially when you have materials already on site. It is advised to have some presence on there. So some of the employees are totally okay spending the night over there. They're able to get a secure place that they can sleep, and the neighborhood is already safe enough. They have convenience stores and food available, so easy for somebody to actually be spending some days over there to secure the place during the night. So easy or quick advice, I guess, for anybody that is in the middle of building. You don't want to show up the next day where you have missing materials, right? So that employee spends the night there until now, and everybody has joined for the day. We have a total of 4 employees plus our foreman on staff for today. So it is day 2 of foundation digging. It is a lot of work. So if you think about what we've already done at Project Denchira when it comes to the already completed structure, left and right structure, and now we only have this tiny structure left, but it's taking us a few days to do just the foundation digging. Few reasons. This third structure is going to be what is it called, a story building, right? So not just the one level, just like the previous structures that we did. So foundation needs to go deeper, and also the digging is more complex because we had that temporary structure that was exactly where we're currently digging. So we have a lot of blocks to dig out and concrete to dig out. So it's a lot of manpower and a lot of digging. But good thing is, we have it under contract to get the digging done. So even if it's taking them days, that's okay. They can take their time to actually get the job done well. So instead of at this level trying to maybe do it on a daily, I don't recommend that, because they would also either rush the job or be too slow where you end up spending too much. So usually you can agree with the workers on specific stages. For example, when it comes to digging, they have a fee for that that okay, once you agree on that, even if it takes them weeks to finish digging, that is exactly what you guys agreed on, and that is what you paid for. So instead of doing on a daily, because at some point when you do it on a daily, you would have some employees that are digging very slow, and you can't really complain much because they would tell you they are working as much or as fast as they can, right? So just agree on a price, and then that's where you would actually see that they are doing faster or working faster, because they would want to be done with it so they can move on to a different contract or a different job. So this is what we have. Progress. We're starting from the left side here, the left side, to slowly make it to the right side. And then you can see you have to be strategic when it comes to the digging. We've already put some of the wood up to avoid the sun from rolling back down into the foundation, right? So you can see a lot more progress when it comes to the foundation. We're going more deeper. So it's beautiful to see that transformation there. And just like the previous structures that we did, a lot of money would go into this foundation or underground. I always say that money gets buried when you're constructing, right? The most important part is the foundation. So you're going to see a lot of money to do the digging, the iron rods that's needed, the concrete to do a really solid job, right? And after all of that, you do the casting and you still don't have a building up, right? But that's the foundation. And when that's done, the rest is easier. Not cheaper, right? But the rest goes faster because the solid foundation is there. So you have the block laying that just goes quicker and quicker. But when you're doing this foundation, you feel like it's taking a lot of money and it's going super slow as well, right? But you are getting the foundation built right, so everything else can go smoothly. So you see, they have to do digging, stop some time, and then get rid of more debris. So you can imagine this was not just a cheap contract or a cheap foundation digging. So not the price that you would have normally paid, right? They have to consider the extra job or extra work that goes into this right here because they have to do a lot of debris carrying, right? So I guess this is part of the expense that you have to keep in mind when you're building temporary structures on your land. When you are ready to build on it, you have to pay to get it demolished. And when you're actually digging new foundation, it would cost you extra because they have to dig out the previous blocks and the concrete of the temporary structure, right? So it takes time. So then you're paying more. But I'm happy. Look at the progress that we are making so far. And guys, isn't this beautiful? Just being able to watch your job anytime you want to. It gets recorded. You can go back and review footage. And it's so funny. Any conversation I miss on the site, I get to review it. And you hear some of the conversation workers have behind you, right? It's always funny. But technology. So if you guys need any CCTV cameras, this right here have it's a dual screen or dual lens, right? So the bottom screen does not move, it's just pointing there, but that's a perfect position because it shows me the whole compound. And then the top screen, that I can move it all around, right? At least 180 type of movement. So it is perfect, and the audio quality, it is amazing. So this is where I am using these cameras on every site that I have or every project, right? So then that allows me to bring you guys these type of footage, and not just for security reasons as well. So if you guys need a link to get these type of cameras, it's already in Ghana. So just reach out to me on the comment section there. So yeah, a lot more digging. And man, I don't envy this job that these guys are doing, right? But the only thing I can do is to make sure I don't argue too much of their price, and also to make sure that even after paying them, it's still a hard job. Being able to still provide them some refreshment, food, just a little appreciation once in a while goes a long way. Where employees still want to work for you. Don't be the type where when you have a job the next time, people are running away from you or they're calling you, oh yeah, no, the guy that never gives anything, right? So I know here we're probably used to, well, even in outside, right, in the US or other places, the concept of paying for a service and then you still have to tip, right? Thinking about it that way, even if you pay them the agreed fee, it's still nice to just do something for them. So I do have where we cook and actually provide them the food, where we cook and bring it to them. So this is day 2 of the digging, and I'm liking the progress that we're making already, but we're already debating if should we get more people, more hands to go faster, or just settling on the fact that we're not truly in a rush and let them take their time, right? So I think that's what we're gonna do. 4 guys for the digging. I think that's fine. I think the only thing that's truly slowing them down is the fact that it's not just a normal digging. They have to constantly pause to move debris, and also the digging itself is harder because at some point they are digging out the concrete. But that's why, since there is no really rush on it, they will just take whatever days that is needed to get the job done. So I appreciate them for putting in all this hard work. So I just make sure my big thing is to make sure with this hard work like that they're doing, the one thing that you have to make sure that never lacks on the site is the drinking water, right? So making sure there is a lot of pure water bags available, readily available for drinking, because they're digging, they're sweating, they're working under the sun outside. Drinking water should not be the thing that is lacking, right? So at least if it gets a little bit warmer water and they want cold one, at that point they can go and get some ice or get cold ones, right? But making sure drinking water is available at all times, and then the food as well. So this is, you can see the interior of the project, right? We still are maintaining the walls up just for security reasons as long as we can. And then whenever we have enough progress with the foundation, at that point, whenever we need to bring the wall down, we will bring it down. But we're keeping it for as long as we can, just to still have the place secured. So day 2, loving the progress that the guys are making. So with this pace, the left side is almost done, and look at how far they've made it to the right side as well, right? So maybe a couple more days in digging, but you guys are going to enjoy this lovely journey. This is our third and final physical structure, right? I decided to get all the structures done first before getting the roofing of all of them. So thanks for joining us on this wonderful episode. I hope there was a lot that you got to learn. This is how we're ending a beautiful day at Project Denchira. Hope you can learn from my mistakes. Come back for the next episode. Peace out.